Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today's lesson is Rumpus. And this is Rumpus. And I've also done Rumpus on a little round tile, a couple of round on a brown tile with white highlights, on a gray tile, on a regular Zentangle tile, and then I just did it on a little scrap that I had. I think Rumpus is absolutely beautiful. It's a new tangle from Zentangle headquarters, and it has lots of possibilities. I found that I loved coloring it with colored pencils. Matter of fact, this one was colored with a colored pencil. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see it a little bit better. We'll focus in. And you can see that I colored this one with a little colored pencil with blue and a, I believe it was French gray. And this one I haven't done anything with. It's just plain. And I think it's just beautiful. Here's one on a gray tile that I really need to add some shading. And this one on a brown with things done in white and two colors of pens. I think you're going to find this a really fun tangle to do. So I'm going to get out just a white tile. Let's see if we can adjust my camera just a little bit. And I love to do the dots and borders. I think that it helps. So I'm going to put my little tiny dots in the corners, and then I'm going to do my borders. And now I'm going to pick up a micron 01 pen. That's what I chose to use today. And then I'm just going to start with some circles. Random circles and even random sizes. And the one thing about Rumpus is that you can come back and add more circles if you want. It's really open to your own interpretation. And so now I'm going to start with my first stroke. After I get my circles done, then I'm going to do a little petal shape in between the circles. And then Maria suggests you put a line down the center, and I try to do a really kind of a little skippy line, kind of I call it a highlight line. And I'm just going to connect Rumpus. You're just going to connect these circles with these curved lines. And there's no rhyme or I would say reason with what you connect, how you connect. You just need to connect. And like any other Zentangle, there's no predetermined outcome. We don't know what we're going to get, and we're okay with that because it's the process that we like, that Zen feeling we get when we. So now I've connected all the dots, and now we're going to come back and we're going to do that same shape to the left of every one of these little marks. So I'm going to come here to this one, and to the left I'm going to do this same thing. Make that kind of an arch. That was kind of a skinny one, but that's going to work out. And I can just go to the left, and you notice I did a little holly bob method. I did under, and I'm just rotating my tile. And I just am going to the left of my first little petal shape. So if it's under, you kind of just let it go under. And I just kind of look at it and think, where could I put another one? Will it have to go underneath one prior? It might. And then I can also do one to the left out here on the outside. Has kind of a more bowy. We can do one here. This kind of helps. So we could do one here. I always chuckle. I never really worry about whether I'm staying within the lines or my borders. I'm a little rebel at that. And I just keep going until I'm satisfied with that I've made enough to the lefts and the lines are filled in and it's in and out. Now I'm going to go back, and that's really Rumpus right there. We could stop right there, but I like the embellishments on Rumpus that have given it this look and this look and this one. And above all, I love the embellishment that was done on this one. So I'm just going to show you what I did to embellish this little tile. And Maria said she likes to do circles, and if you've taken any of my classes, you know I love circles also. So I'm going to do like circles like In a Pod by Carol O. If you look at that video, I'm going to fill that with a piece shape in the largest area, and then I'm going to nestle more circles in, and I'm going to come in on that so you can see. So there's my first one, and then I'm going to do another one, and it kind of looks like it's laying underneath, and then I will fill in these little spaces. Black. And Maria has a word for that, but I'm not really familiar with it. What it is to fill in the little spaces. I just call them the little crevices. So we'll do that again. I can do that on this one. I can draw my circle. And then I can fill it in, and then fill in that space in between. And the name for this tangle comes from Maria's granddaughter, Indiana, and she said she just loved the word Rumpus, and would her grandma please name the next tangle Rumpus. And if you're a grandma, you know that that is the best thing ever when your grandchildren do something like that. So I can see why Maria named this tangle Rumpus. You just give in to them. So, and any place that there is, like right here, I'm not going to put circles. I'm just going to echo this shape. And I need a little drama in my tangles, so I'm just going to echo that or aura that shape and then fill it in with my pen so I get a little drama. And I can do that on all of these. That where I don't feel like the circle really goes. But I don't want to leave it just, I want to define that negative space there. And it looks like most of these spaces I might could put have to do a little holly bar effect. Try not to go into my other ball. I try to just keep that pen. Every once in a while I overlap and I don't particularly like how that looks, but that is Rumpus. And there's a couple of other things that Maria did to make Rumpus really stand out. So I'm going to put down my black 01 pen and I'm going to come and pick up a brown 01 pen. And inside that those loops, I'm just going to do some shading with my pen, and they're just light strokes from this tip, and I just kind of feather out. And we're going to add a little color. You want to give it that little curve. Follow that same shape. Don't go all the way to the center. But you can see you're just adding a touch of color with your pen. And I really like my strokes uneven. And on those big areas you can really see it and you can define that. When you have a small area, it's a little harder. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I want to show you what I do for these little circles. My pen kind of overlaps into the center of the circles. I'm going to Okay, right here, you can see I wasn't really careful and my pen kind of came into the center of the circle. And I don't like the looks of that. So I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to take my 05 and I'm just going to do circle dots around the outside of that. And then put one on the inside. And I can do that to each one of these, and it kind of cleans them up so that they have their own definition. They kind of have a little button look to them. I'm sure you could make these just solid. I'm going to do this one right here. Even though I haven't finished these other over here, I can go ahead and do it. You can see how that is finishing off that tangle very nicely by just finishing those little center parts. So I'm going to go ahead and film and finish up this tile, and then we're going to add some more color to the circle part. So made sure I put down my 05 pen and pick up my 01 because I'm going to finish the little sections here that so now we have it all shaded. Now I can take my terracotta pencil, which is really close by Prisma to the red or the brown pen, and I'm just going to put it right across the upper side of the arch on where I did my circles. Okay, now I will take my stump, and if you haven't seen Maria's little trick she showed everyone, I clean my shading stumps with a emery board, but you can take a paper clip, unfold it, stick it in there, and then elongate back out that tip, and you've got a refreshed shading stump. And then you can clean it off if there's any residue on there of graphite or whatever. I clean it off. Then I'm going to dip it in odorless paint thinner. I have a little jar that I keep in my kit that has odorless paint thinner in it. So I just moistened the tip of it with odorless paint thinner. Now I'm going to blend out that terracotta pencil. And if it acts like it's not blending, add a little bit more odorless paint thinner. Oh, and I collapsed my tip a little so I can take my paper clip and push that back out. And then I have a nice fine tip. And there we have it blended. I could also take my color pencil and just draw a line around the outside, or the complete outside of my drawing with my color pencil, and then pull that color out into my border. And there we have Rumpus. Always want to remember to put your initials on your drawing, and I put the date. This is the first tile I've done in 2018 that I remembered to put my initials on. So thanks for watching again. Just a little slight preview of some of the other tiles we did that I've done. I love just doing little tiny scraps of paper. These are great to put in books. And this one needs color and needs finished up. I haven't quite finished this one with a little shading, but enjoy the new Tangle Rumpus. And Indy, that is a great word. I love it, and I love the tangle. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.